Good afternoon. I'd like to call the Health and Human Service and Aging Committee to order Wednesday, July 10th, 2024. Can we have a roll call, please, Madam Clerk?
As a reminder to all in attendance, this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the county's YouTube page. Calling the roll, Ms. Conwell. Mr. Sweeney. Mr. Sweeney is absent at the moment. Ms. Stevens. Ms. Stevens is absent. Ms. Turner.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Present.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to excuse Councilwoman Stevens from this meeting.
Second.
Moved by Conwell, seconded by Miller. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, anyone signed in for public comment today?
No, Madam Chair, no one has signed in.
All right. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the June 26th meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Conwell, seconded by Turner. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Right, we have two legislative items in front of us today. Madam Clerk, if you could read the first item into the record.
Resolution 2024-0247, awarding a total sum not to exceed $10,000 to Birthing Beautiful Communities for the Birth Center Facility Project from the District 8 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Thank you. Please come up, whoever's ready to present. Both of these look like they're ARPA items, just to for some housekeeping tips, all ARPA items will go 3 full readings. And so we will get this, I believe, I'm going to ask Dale, if we pass it out of committee today, we will be after the recess.
Final passage before the recess on July 30th.
All right.
Next meeting is on July 16th, so we'll have 2 meetings before the recess.
Right, so your organization should, if everything goes well and all council agrees, they should move forward by July 30th. So you're more than welcome to come back on July 30th. And who do we have in front of us today?
Good afternoon. I'm Chantel Tolbert. I'm the Chief Advancement Officer with Birthing Beautiful Communities.
And my name is Chris Shechton. I'm the Chief of Growth and Expansion for Birthing Beautiful Communities.
Please share with the committee today your presentation and what you're looking for.
Absolutely. And for the purposes of time, I'm going to skip through a portion of this presentation, but you're welcome to read through it at your leisure to learn more about who we are. Again, myself and Chris represent Birthing Beautiful Communities, and we're excited to be here today. We are a perinatal support program with the mission to address and improve the community and systemic structures that lead to poor birth outcomes through culture, education, advocacy, support, and engagement. We know that there is an infant mortality issue here in Cuyahoga County, being higher than our nation's infant mortality rate. And so what we seek to do is really address the racial disparities that exist when it comes to infant mortality here in Cuyahoga County. These are the dots that we address when moms come to us seeking support during their pregnancy. And so just some listed here: trauma and toxic stress, which is one that we seek to address by eliminating some of these stressors in their lives, whether that be food insecurity, transportation, or just needing someone to talk to. And we do that by providing each of the moms that come to us with a perinatal support doula. And so our moms come to us as early as 8 weeks pregnant, or even if they have an indication that they may be pregnant, and they're with us for at least 80 weeks or 1 year postpartum. And so during that time in which they're assigned to a perinatal support doula, they're also attending weekly classes that are based in childbirth, parenting, breastfeeding, etc., at least 3 times a week. We're providing in-house support through lactation counselors, which many of our doulas are certified in, as well as emergency assistance and access to a baby bank where they can get free essential items that they need for either themselves or their baby. Just some supplement programs that we're proud of. We have a Young Educated Parents program, which is our teen parenting program. And so we do have teams that come to us for support. We're with them to make sure that they not only succeed in life, but that they their baby is not a barrier to their success in their education and career endeavors. So they're with us from the time in which they become pregnant until 22 years of age. And then also we have a Birthing Moms Unchained program where we work with Metro Health in the city of Cleveland and Cuyahoga County Jail, and we are assigned to every Black woman who is incarcerated in a county jail who is pregnant to provide them with assistance throughout their time in the jail system. So that leads us to where we are headed. Birthing Beautiful Communities has been around for the past 10 years. So 2024 marks 10 years that we've been doing this work here in Cuyahoga County, and we're excited to launch this new effort where we will have a physical headquarters and birth center in Huff. This will be a 15,000 square foot birth center. And although we say birth center, we'll provide a range of different services to assist moms and even women here in our county. This will be located off of East 65th and Chester, and we anticipate of opening this in the fall of 2025.
Thank you. So as you can see, the picture in front of us, as Chantel mentioned, we already have an address, so we will be located at 1802 East 65th Street, directly across the street from organizations like Magnet, the New Daves, and the New Cleveland Foundation headquarters. So why a birth center? After 10 years of doing this good work In our fantastic track record, this is the natural evolution of our organization. A freestanding birth center is different from a traditional hospital setting. Freestanding meaning we have no direct association with a hospital system. It will be a center that is run run and staffed by midwives, and this provides for physiological birth, so meaning it will be unmedicated. There will be pain relief items available, but different from the traditional birth setting in a traditional hospital. And birth centers have been proven to show better overall results for women generally, but for Black women in particular, and are cheaper generally than a traditional hospital birth. There are fewer interventions generally. There is increased patient satisfaction, and just in general improved access to care. Our birth center will feature 4 birthing suites, 2 exam rooms. The second floor will be dedicated to our headquarters, and the third floor will be a combination of conference rooms as well as training spaces. So Birthing Beautiful Communities today, as Chantel mentions, runs many classes. All classes will now be able to be held on site in this building. So, as I mentioned, this will be a facility that is staffed and run by midwives. We will have a chief administrator. We will also have a medical advisor who will do chart reviews and overviews for the facility, in addition to hiring additional midwives and nurses who will be staffed to attend births. So we have a couple of operating assumptions. In year 1, we believe we'll have about 50 births. Year 2, 150. And by year 3, we believe we'll be able to hit our goal of 300 births per year. As I mentioned previously, we will have a chief administrator, midwife. And in the first year, we believe we'll have 1 midwife and then staffing up accordingly as we hit our maximum of 300 births per year. Our project in total is about $12.5 million. We are actively fundraising for that $12.5 million today. That $12.5 million is representative of all project costs, so construction and soft costs. And we're also raising an additional $2.5 million for an operating reserve. We know that as birth centers come online, as you begin to staff up, as you begin to take on insurance payments, there can potentially be a delay. And so we want to make sure that we have a reserve available to us to ensure that we can stay solvent as we staff up operations. Our total financing package includes new market tax credits, funding from organizations like the Cleveland Foundation, the Gunn Foundation, and others. This is just an overview of our current funders. And with that, we'll take questions.
Yes, and so, good to see you, Kristen.
Good to see you as well, Councilwoman.
Okay, so earlier in the program, in the prenatal support program, Chantel mentioned that mental health, that you participate in terms of the county's incarcerated females. Are you currently funded by the county for that?
No, so we're funded through Moms First, which is an initiative through the city of Cleveland for that particular program.
Has there ever been any discussion with the county? Because I know Moms First, they're with us, but I believe it's a federally funded program.
It
is.
It's
not a county funded. So just wondering if you've had discussions in regards to the county.
To my knowledge, I am not aware. However, I think that's something that we could certainly put on the table and discuss.
Second question, I kind of wrote it on the slides, forgive me. So the location, is there a fence currently around the location now?
There is not today.
Okay, so I have the wrong site in mind. Is it close to University Hospital's Women and Children Center?
It's about 2 blocks away.
Okay.
Yes.
So my question would be, will there be any partnership? Because you're just centralized in regards to the birthing, not the actual PD.
We are currently
Patrick, yeah.
negotiating what we call transfer agreements with all three major hospitals, so the Cleveland Clinic, UH, as well as Metro. And what that allows for is that in the event that there's a mom giving birth at the birth center and there should be any issues whatsoever and additional medical intervention is needed, we will have agreements with each of those hospitals to be able to transfer patients.
Answered my next question. And then my last one before I open it up to my colleagues is I know we've talked a lot about African-American mothers, but is this facility open to all mothers?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Any questions from my colleagues? Councilman Miller?
So, Madam Chair, to the presenters, I'd like to thank you very much for coming down and just to say that you're dealing with one of the most important problems that our community faces. It's just vitally important that all children get a good start in life and are able to reach their first birthday and on into adulthood, and it's also an area where very significant disparities exist that we have to address, and so I really appreciate your efforts and strongly support your program. And my question is, what is your goal as to when construction might begin on the birthing center? And once it begins, how long would it take to be?
We have a goal of beginning construction of September of this year, and we're looking at about a 12 to 14-month window for construction.
Okay, an aggressive timetable to be sure, and I wish you the very best of success.
Any other comments or questions, colleagues? Okay, well, we would like to thank Councilman Jones for bringing this to our attention, even though I believe that all of us know that this is something that the community needs and would like to see come to fruition. So is there anything else you ladies would like to share? You heard Councilman Miller state that if everything goes okay, this should pass on July 30th.
Through the chair,
Yes,
if
Councilwoman.
I may, these ladies know how much I adore them and their mission. I wanted to extend an opportunity for Ms. Jasmine Long to say anything if she wanted to, since she is in the room.
I didn't see her. Oh, she snuck in back there on me. Thank you. Chantel was blocking you. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Jasmine Long, Birthing Beautiful Communities. No, these ladies did a phenomenal job. That's why I just sat in the back quietly. Councilwoman Turner, thank you for your already support. Councilwoman Conwell, thank you for your always support. Councilman, thank you as well for your continued support of our work. That's all.
Thank you. Well, we're looking forward to the groundbreaking and the ribbon cutting.
Yes.
And getting all the money
Thank you so much.
that we need. So they're taking donations. You have a website? Are you taking donations for those that are listening?
Yes, we are taking donations. So our website is birthingbeautiful.org/donate. You can go there, or you can contact myself. Our number is 216-307-1538. You can ask for Chantel Tober, and I'm more than happy to talk with anyone who's interested in making a contribution to this project.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, can I have a motion to move this to the full council under second
So
reading?
moved.
Second.
Moved by Turner, seconded by Miller. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, Madam Clerk, if you could read the next item into the record.
Resolution 2024-0249, awarding a total sum not to exceed $25,000 to the Spread the Love Foundation for the Interest to Income Program from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Please come up, whoever's presenting.
Good afternoon. My name is O.C. May Neal, and I'm the president and CEO of Spread the Love Foundation.
Welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Derek Loran Jackson. I am Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer of Spread Love.
Thank you.
Please present to us about your program.
Sure. First and foremost, we'd like to say thank you for the opportunity to be here and present our program today. And we did bring a presentation about our program. And so just to give you a little bit information, so we are Spread the Love Foundation, and our pillar program is Interest to Income, and this is regarding our introduction to careers in music and production, to music production at the Cuyahoga County Juvenile Detention Center. So our program is serviced by Executive Hits, and so here we go. So just to go briefly through our agenda, our chairman and CEO could not be here today, and he was trying to submit a video, but he's on location filming. So our founder and chairman is two-time Grammy Award winner Anthony Crazy Bone Henderson of Cleveland's own Bone Thugs and Harmony. And he is the founder and chairman, again, of Spread the Love Foundation. So what we like to talk about today is give you a little bit of background about who we are, about our program, Interest to Income, what's been going on at the Juvenile Detention Center, some of our results, and then what we plan to use the funding for. And then after that, if it's okay, we'd like to take questions then.
Thank you.
So moving right along, what is Spread the Love? So Spread the Love, again, is a charity 501, charitable organization 501c3 located here in Cleveland, Ohio. Our current location is at the Midtown Tech Hive, 6815 Euclid Avenue. And again, our pillar program is operated at the Juvenile Detention Center. What's our vision and mission? Simply put, our vision is to reestablish Cleveland as the mecca of the recording industry, of the music industry. How do we plan to do that? Through workforce development of our young people, as well as cultural equity. Our mission for Spread the Love is to help revitalize the Glenville and Huff neighborhoods of Cleveland, Ohio, by creating viable career paths for youth and young adults through the arts and cultural equity.
Yes, you got it.
Did I get it?
She memorized it.
And so simply put, how we plan to do that, again, is through our programs. And also, our plans to do some development over in Glenville. However, our programs are extended throughout the county. So we do work with youth throughout Greater Cleveland, and we've developed several partnerships. So what have we been up to? Again, developing partnerships with other organizations such as CMHA, Cuyahoga Metropolitan Housing Authority, Tri-C, Metro Health, as well as the county juvenile courts, and the city of Cleveland, Destination Cleveland, and a host of other organizations and educational organizations. So we have been also doing a lot of outreach in the community as far as community outreach events with City Council, Cleveland City Council, as well as our annual coat drive giveaway, backpacks, school supply, things of that nature, free books to youth, and a host of other special events and community outreach efforts, including last year's hip hop celebration, 50th celebration. We partnered with Destination Cleveland to do a citywide celebration in honor of 50 years of the culture. And that was spearheaded by the street renaming of East 99th Street to Bone Thugs and Harmony Way. And since then, we've been working to build a strong organization and implement our programming. Our programs and how we plan to meet our mission are You Must Learn, which is a discussion panel that we host to the public with several partners as far as the Cleveland and Cuyahoga libraries. Spread the Healing, which is our criminal justice reform efforts, and then our Interest to Income program. And Dee Loren will give you more background on that.
So quickly, in interest of time, I'll go over this. Interest to Income program, what is the program? Interest to Income basically is a skills development program for the arts. So, and really at the heart of the program is teaching and exposing our youth to careers in the entertainment industry that are outside of just being a singer or a rapper or something like that, being outside of being the talent on stage. Because a lot of our youth don't know that there are so many different careers that feed into the entertainment industry, whether you're a producer or a studio engineer or a manager or a publicist, a videographer to do videos, an artist to draw album covers, all of these things. So our focus is to let our youth, to expose our youth to these other career paths and let them know that they can be a part of this industry. Even if they don't have, the skills to sing or rap, which most of us don't have. But all of our kids have a talent, and they can find their niche within this program when they're exposed to these other career offerings. So that's our goal, and the way that helps the community is especially inside the JDC, we've already did our first cohort. We really saw a difference in the kids. They were excited to write and to read about things, to find words that rhyme, and to put together songs that kind of make sense for them and their experiences. And we had a big certificate ceremony. Their parents came, and a lot of administrators and some judges came, and they were really kind of blown away by how that was impacting the kids. They have the studio directly inside of the JDC that was donated by the St. Luke's Foundation, and it was kind of just sitting there. So we presented our program and implemented this. So we have a classroom part of the program as well as in the studio where they're actually learning on the controls and in the booth recording songs. And all of this feeds into our Spread the Healing initiative to kind of revitalize and reform the youth that are going through challenges and locked up in the JDC, kind of giving them some exposure to some options when they get out of there. And we have some follow-up programs to kind of help place them with other organizations when they get out to continue their education. So we service young men ages 13 to 17, like I said, inside the Juvenile Detention Center residents. There's professional classroom instruction from people who are actually working in the industry, along with guest speakers who come in who are actually working in the industry to get some insight to the students. And the students shadow those industry pros in the recording studio to learn best practices. So in summary, this is kind of a summary of results from the JDC. I won't go through all of this, but we had 17 students who entered the program. Some of them couldn't finish because of, they had court dates or visitations or things going on with their lawyers. So we had 7 students who actually completed the program for the first cohort and graduated, and will be going on to our 200 level course. So just kind of some pictures and describing, the things we're going to be using the funds for. To launch our session, the 200 level session, where the students will actually get more hands-on instruction in the studio, and also to launch our first 100 level session for ladies, because we only are working with young men right now. We definitely want to incorporate the ladies, and to purchase the laptops and equipment that will be needed for those skills for the 200 level course. So that's the use of funds. And we thank you for listening to this presentation and welcome any questions.
Can you go a little bit explain a little bit more about the 200 level courses?
Okay, so the difference between the 100 level and the 200 level, the 100 level is an exposure course. So it's just basically kind of exposing them to these different careers, letting them know what they are, what the function is of those careers, and kind of giving them the exposure to know about them and how they feed into the industry. The 200 level course is specifically for in the studio, actually working on the board, working in the recording booth, actually recording the songs, and coming out with songs to present after the fact. So that's kind of like at the end of the 200 level, they'll have songs, fully completed songs that they can present. And they did a couple songs actually in the 100 level first because they were really working pretty well. So they performed some of those songs in front of the parents at the certificate ceremony. But that's the difference. The 200 level is where we're using the computers for, and we'll be using the funds for to buy the computers so they can actually learn, the skills of recording and engineering.
Okay, so the 200 level courses are geared toward really after they get out of the juvenile detention center?
No, the 200 level was actually inside because they have a recording studio inside the juvenile detention center. Yes, St. Luke's donated the studio a few years ago, and it had kind of been sitting there. So that was kind of our impetus to present our program to them and make use of it. So that's what's been happening since February.
All right, and how are you funded for the county detention center portion?
Currently, we have been awarded funds through the City of Cleveland's Neighborhood Safety Fund, Mayor Bibbs Initiative, and we also received funding from the Cleveland Community Police Commission that was awarded in October of '23, and we are currently still awaiting for those funds. We are also awaiting a decision from United Black Fund as it relates to funding for this year's program.
Have you went to any of the foundations or anything like that?
Yes, so the Cleveland Foundation is the administrator of the NSF Fund grant. And so we have been working with Cleveland Foundation, and they have provided funding for our You Must Learn program, as well as St. Luke's has also donated money, or I should say grant, to do work that we were doing last year as it relates to the celebration of hip hop's 50th celebration for Cleveland.
And
Yes,
how
ma'am.
long has this program been in existence?
We launched the program February 27th, 2024 of this year. So we just graduated our first 100 level class, and the challenge based as a pilot program. And so the course was originally 5 weeks, but based on the challenges that the youth have as it relates to being able to get the 20 hours in that are required in order for them to complete the program, we extended it an additional 3 weeks to allow more time for them to be able to get the hours that they need.
We always hear great programs that come before us. I just don't want it, to lose funding over the course. So there's also the cultural arts, Cuyahoga Cultural Arts that you can apply for.
Yes, so we also have received funds in IOB. So it's been going to different, the Cuyahoga Arts Fund, we are applying and have been approved to apply for next year's funding. And based on the amount that we're able to receive, that will be the funding to run our You Must Learn program, panel discussion, and cultural equity program. But moving forward with our other programs that we have and partnerships, we actually are awaiting a finalization of our contract because we will be in August starting to work with probation youth. So we have that program coming on board. We also have CMHA coming on board as a contractor to do after-school programming with them. And the outside programs are a little structured a little bit differently than the juvenile detention center because of their limited ability to travel and do the field trips and things of that nature. That's why it's more of a music production focus for them. However, our other programs for probation youth as well as CMHA residents, we also are waiting to circle back towards employment. They have expressed an interest in bringing our program on board with them as well as Job Corps. And so with the outside population youth that we will be working with, they will have the opportunity to attend field trips to different locations throughout the city. So Rocket Mortgage to see concerts load in, recording studios to be able to go in and learn about the different careers programs, the radio station, which we have a partnership with WOVU and 107.9. So we will be taking them to various locations like graphic designs and marketing agencies and things of that nature. So for them, really the wow factor will be the exposure to actually attend different field trips and also the guest speakers of industry professionals that we intend to bring in to mentor with the young people.
And how are the young men selected from the Juvenile Detention Center? Do they have to?
So the based on the Cuyahoga County staff, they initially did a pilot with house, and they're called houses. So House 1, which was deemed to have the lower level offender youth, as well as the young men who expressed an interest in attending the program. So they had their own, the county has its own scale, or I guess evaluation of who would be eligible based on behavior, the level of offenses, and different things of that nature. So they actually select the program participants at the JDC.
Open it up to my colleagues.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I just want to say it's pretty cool. what
Thank
you're
you.
doing.
How you doing? Good to see you.
Nice seeing you again. But for me, it's something non-traditional, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
you're going to penetrate the minds and spirits of the folks that will understand and how to develop their path and their growth opportunities. So just big kudos to you.
Thank
And you
you.
always bust out of bones, sound good harmony. Always get somebody's attention, especially how old I am. So thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Miller?
So, Madam Chair, thank you. And my question is if you could say a little bit more about after someone's completed the 100-level course and the 200-level course, what is the pathway and what are some of the kind of jobs that a person might be able to access?
Yes, sure. So based on our structure for our program, it's meant to be a collaborative effort. So we have other service providers that are actually our community partners. So once we expose the youth to the different careers and spark the interest, then our goal is to have them kind of express to us what they see as something that they would, pathway they would like to pursue. And then we at the Juvenile Detention Center do the first level of skills development with them, which the 200 level is where they actually learn to use the software to do engineering, and they begin the skills development. So the 100 level is more of an introduction, and they get to record and make songs and things of that nature, and then the 200 level is where they actually start learning the technical skills in order to become a recording engineer, to become a songwriter, to become a agent or producer, and they learn about ASCAP and BMI and how to make and generate income in those programs. So once, if the students are released before they are able to get to the 200 level, or at the point that they have received the 200 level, we do provide them with resources upon release to partner them with our partner agency so that they can continue to do skills development. And as a part of that curriculum, we teach them how to make viable income doing whatever it is that they select to do. So it could be graphic designer, it could be specifically for the JDC, we concentrate on engineering, which is the person who actually mixes the music and makes it sound good as a finished product. We have producers who actually put together like songs and arrangements and things of that nature. We have of course, the recording artists. We have the songwriters. And so once they say, I think I'm better at, or I think I have a passion for songwriting, then we make the connections in the community to ensure that they have a pathway to continue skills development. And our partnership with Tri-C, we actually are transitioning to make sure that not only are the credits that they receive graduation eligible for CMSD, but that they will be early college credits, and they will have a pathway to Tri-C as well.
Does your program also include soft skill training on the general skills that people need to function effectively in the workplace?
Yes, so it absolutely does, and I'll have Dee Loren speak a little bit more about that and the transferable skills.
Yes, our program has definitely a focus on skills that are transferable through whatever realm you work in, even if you don't work in this industry. So we focus on entrepreneurship, leadership, things of that nature to really teach them, give them a holistic approach on just stepping into, coming outside of the JDC and how to present themselves when they want to go for an internship or a job in any of these industries. So yes, we definitely focus on, like I said, leadership skills, entrepreneurship skills. We have a mental health component. We're partnering with another nonprofit called Peel the Layers Back, which is kind of focused on, mental health and how to deal with your mental health challenges through the arts. We just met with them actually last week, and we're collaborating with them to bring in a mental health component to work on that aspect, as well as a financial literacy component. So once they are able to get out and get these jobs and start generating, take their interest to making income, then, how they will deal with their money, how they deal with their finances. So, we can't address all of that inside of the JDC. We kind of touch on that, but, outside when they get out, either through our organization or our partner organizations, we have all of these things that we definitely have a focus on.
Thank you.
Is there any plan for young women to participate?
Yes, so we are currently working with the deputy court administrators to implement a young ladies course as well. So we've already been meeting about that, and the staff inside the JDC are already currently working on recruiting young ladies for that program as well. So that is one of our goals and focus, is to provide training for young women at the JDC. And the challenge there is because they have to be kept separate. So, but at the end of the day, our goal is to make it available not only to the young men, but to ensure that our young women are receiving the same opportunity for training as well.
Through the chair, if you could just take a step back and talk about the initial purpose of the founding of Spread the Love. What was it that the founder envisioned? He's out here traveling the world, but what made him decide to want to come back to Cleveland and implement a program like this?
Absolutely. Well, it's always been a desire for Crazy Bone, I'll say Anthony in this reference. So it's always been a desire of Anthony to come back to Cleveland and give back to the community. And as he's come back, and he's here more often than not, he's really seen the change in the community as far as like the housing situation, especially for, of course, the Glenville community, which is, of course, very dear to his heart. But at the end of the day, the reason why he's doing this is because he knows that there's so much talent here, and that based on his experience and Bone's experience of going into the industry uneducated was one of the biggest hurdles for them. And in his opinion, artists that have to leave Cleveland in order to make it or become involved in the professional industry, they are even more ripe for being taken advantage of. And the scenario that he often uses when he speaks is he likens the music industry to becoming a student athlete. So as athletes are, before they go into professional sports, they have little league, they have high school, they have college training. So by the time they actually make it to the NFL or the pros, they have been integrated into the system. So they know the lay of the land, they know the language, they know the culture, and how to navigate through the culture of sports. However, when artists, especially artists that are on stage, by the time they are putting out music and perhaps may have a hit song, if you're not educated, you don't know anything. So as you up against these large corporate entities and you have no knowledge, you haven't had any training, you don't know where the money comes from, you don't know kind of the lay of the land. And so his goal is to make sure that our artists here, number one, don't have to leave Cleveland or Cuyahoga County in order to make it in the industry. So his goal is to make sure that they are here, they continue to have their support. And then that was another thing. He said that for them, it's like once you have to uproot and move to another city, you already don't know what you're doing. You have no education, and then you have to move away from the support system that you do have. And again, that makes you even more desperate and even more willing to take a bad deal, just in the interest of trying to make it and realize your dream. And so, I'm sorry.
I know you all had the amazing event last summer celebrating the 50th anniversary of the hip hop. Do you have any extended relationships with the Rock Hall?
We do, and we are working with the Rock Hall as far as their executive administration and building a partnership. And as a part of our partnership with Tri-C, who actually has the archives for the Rock Hall, we are working with Dr. Baston, the president and CEO of Tri-C, to strengthen that relationship.
Okay. I guess just in conclusion, through the chair and for my colleagues, I want to thank you both for meeting with Trevor and Levine from our staff a few weeks ago to talk about this program much more in depth. I'm very happy to be supporting this project. We hear all the time in these chambers from activists talking about the need for more programming throughout the county for our youth. You know, we're building a jail soon, and unfortunately, we still live, you know, in a society that requires such things. But on the other side of that, we have an organization like yourself trying to, you know, come in the gap and cover some of these young people by providing opportunities for workforce development, growth of their skills, et cetera. So it is with great pride that I ask for my colleagues to support this project, but we will not be releasing a check unless Crazy Bone come up here and get it himself.
So we working on it. It's hard. He a two-time Grammy Award winner.
Crazy, where you at? You watching? We want to see you, Crazy. Crazy. No.
Yes. And so he's aware, he knows that you guys have a proclamation for him, and he is trying to get here, so.
We'll be here.
Look, okay, so feel our pain.
Crazy.
So, but he is very vested. He is very hands-on with the program. He did come in and spend 2 days with the young people in the studio and in the classroom. And what I would like to say that is not a part of our presentation that we sent in to present today is the actual real-life results of our program. So at our certificate ceremony, the parents attended, some of the staff from the JDC. We had some judges there and everything. And when I tell you, even when I came back in after the program and met with the kids, I I couldn't believe that these were the same kids. When they first came into the classroom, they were heads down, sleep on the floor, not paying attention, really not motivated, or just, I don't even know the word, but disengaged, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. At the end of this 8 weeks, I could not believe that these were the same kids. They were working in tandem. They were encouraging one another. They were teamwork, just the whole nine. And the feedback that we got from the correction officers that work with the young people day in and day out, we got feedback from them to say how their behavior had changed. Like, they want to make sure that they doing the right things because they don't want to miss class. They pulling out their notebooks and they see them writing and working on music or whatever, and more collaborative and coming out of the shells, and how much joy the program has brought to the JDC. Even the parents, when we were at the program, the ceremony, were in tears, like literally crying because they had never seen their sons open up and actually participate in the new attitudes and stuff that they have seen in their kids and their children since they've been going through our program. So I think a real part of, besides all of the technical stuff, is the relatability that we bring to the youth at the JDC, because not only just our the kids, but a lot of our staff, a lot of our board members have also been renewed spirits, because we were at some point on the wrong road, but through support and exposure from others who believed in us or our dreams, we were able to turn it around, and here we are today. So
Well, thank you for spreading the love.
thank you.
And if I may, make the motion to move this item to the full.
I just wanted,
Body
but
of
you can
council.
make the motion. I just want to say something as well.
Okay, motion has been made.
All right.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. So you guys are child whisperers, and that's what we need. All of us that sit up here, really, whether you're children in the community with a struggling family, or you're, incarcerated temporarily, there are kids, and they deserve to have everything. So I just wanted to share that we also have a program that is going to try to start on the medical front for the youth in there. So we have dental chairs and things like that.
Beautiful.
That have been were built into the building, and unfortunately were never used. So MedWorks is going to start very soon a program, not only to give them the dental care and the gynecological care that they need, but also to teach them how to be a dental technician or x-ray technician.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
here, we're finally seeing all of this coming to fruition. So just wanted to share that with you guys, that there's other child whisperers out there that want to work with the youth. And so if you don't have anything else to share, July 30th, hopefully it should go be passed for final passage. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you
you.
so much. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. And I'm working on Crazy Bone.
Okay.
Thank you.
You listening, crazy? Right. Not Uncle Charles.
And before we, public comment, I think I skipped over public comment. Do we have any
No,
public comment?
no one has signed in,
All
but I would
right.
like the record to reflect that Mr. Sweeney has been in attendance.
All right, this meeting is adjourned.